little garbanzo beans. So today's reading is just going to be a really quick little, sorry, I have the little slipper socks and they're like squeaking against the floor, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. But today's reading is just going to be a quick little reading about, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be mature, but it's not my strong suit. A quick reading about just general guidance from Spirit. We're going to have 3 options today. I just kind of wanted to do a little something, but I wanted to leave it open to see what Spirit wants to talk about. So your 3 options today are going to be this, this lovely purple thread is going to represent group 1. And then we have this very vibrant orange for group 2. And we have this lovely green for group 3. So if you need time, feel free to pause the video, meditate on it as long as you like. And when you are ready, head down to the description box for your timestamp for your selected option and head on over to your reading. And I will start with group 1. Hi, group 1. Okay, so you were attracted to the purple thread. So right away, I feel like whatever Spirit's going to talk to you about is about your spiritual path. This also could be messages that are going to, I'm feeling like, clear up some intuitive confusion for many of you. So if you were having trouble kind of accessing your intuition, or you don't know which direction to go or what option to choose, and you've been really trying to get in touch with what is intuitively in alignment with you but struggling to do so, I feel like the messages that are going to come forth are going to offer some clarity in that regard. So I am going to start by pulling an oracle card from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. My decks are linked in the description box down below, so we can get started and kind of find out a little more about what's going on. What does Spirit want to talk to my group 1s about? Oh, did you see that? That one went flying. Oh, goodness gracious, look at her. So this is Fairy of the Divine Hand. Intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Okay, and see there's a lot of eyes here as well. I like that these are all the same color here, but this one is not. So Spirit is trying very hard to help you to see something. This may be something that with intoxication and overindulgence is not really the healthiest choice for you at this time. This is something where I feel like you know this, you can see this with the multiple eyes. I feel like this is a pattern in your life that you've become aware of, but I feel like you're either having trouble seeing it fully and clearly, or you're having trouble seeing a way out, right? Because to me, the hands are all about the action we take. We do so much with our hands in this life that this is very much about, like I said, the actions we take, how we move things around, how we manipulate things. And I don't mean like manipulate people, but I mean how we work with other objects, energies, relationships in order to make our way through this human existence. So this may be something that there's an unhealthy pattern. You can see this, but you're struggling to figure out how to move past it. And this is what Spirit really wants to talk about. And this may be that distorted view as well, where you're getting intuitive messages about it, but you're not sure what to do about it. So let's pull you guys some tarot and find out a little more. This is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, by the way, and it is, oh, it's just gorgeous. I highly recommend it. All right, pull you guys a couple more. Sorry, my shuffling is abysmal. I did shuffle before I started the videos, just in case my on-camera shuffling is not good. Oh. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so they go in, I'm feeling this order. So we have the Hierophant. You can see that? There you go. Oh, the Three of Swords. Okay. And the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so here it is. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah. So, first of all, this is Taurus energy. This may be you or somebody else involved. But right away, what I'm getting is kind of like what we were talking about. With the Three of Swords here, I feel like there's something that you know isn't the best for you. I feel like this is something that has hurt you quite a bit. because it also looks like the girl here is crying. And you know what's interesting is that this looks like it's crying too. It's like the divine is hurting just as much as you are, or is hurt by watching you be hurt. I'm getting that a lot. Like, your guides are with you very strongly. They feel and they see and they empathize with the pain you're going through. And it's from that space they try to speak to you and encourage you and guide you. Not to tell you what to do, not to stress you out, not to judge you, but to try to guide you away from future sadness, because they feel what you're going through really heavily. I don't know who that's for, but I felt like that was really important. And it's so easy, especially when we become aware of a toxic pattern, but we don't always know how to get out of it. It's so easy to blame ourselves, and I feel like your guides are not wanting you to do that. They're trying to help you, and they're not trying to judge you, and they don't want you to judge yourself either. So I don't know who that's for, but that felt important. But yes, right away with the Three of Swords, this is something that I thought was interesting, is I heard somebody one time comment on, for those of you who might not be aware, the traditional Three of Swords in the tarot, it's a heart with 3 swords stabbed in it. And the swords are all about the mind and our communication. And so it's kind of like it's like heartbreak that is on your mind for a while. And somebody once described the swords as past, present, and future. So I feel like this is a pattern that's been with you for a while. And it's interesting, we have 3 and we have 3 eyes. Look, 1, 2, 3. This is something that's been with you for a while, something that you just maybe naturally default to doing, but this is something that has hurt you. And I don't know why I'm feeling like with this is like one too many times. Because I'm kind of getting, this sword is stabbed into the person, and then the 2 swords are left. So it's like, the 2 of Swords can be about a stalemate and not being able to move forward or just like see the way forward. So I feel like this pattern has hurt you many times, and that you're seeing it for what it is now. And I feel like with the Hierophant here, this is a spiritual lesson that you really had to learn. And I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, there we go. But he has the little orb right around his solar plexus chakra. I feel like this has a lot to do with your own empowerment and your own self-confidence. And so this is something that you've become aware of, and this is the spiritual lesson that's taking place. And with the 2 of Pentacles, again, this is, I feel like, you going back and forth, trying to find some type of balance, but also trying to figure out how to move forward. I feel like you're in this transitional period and you've almost kind of gotten stuck for a little bit, which makes a lot of sense. And your guides are trying to kind of help you see things from a new perspective in order for you to grow and evolve and heal. There we go. Heal past this stuck point. And I just noticed it's really interesting is that traditionally in the tarot, there are 2 cards that have the 4 fixed signs on them. It's the Wheel of Fortune and the World card. But the Hierophant does too in this particular deck. So you may be any one of these signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus. But to me, this is very much like trying to finish up a cycle. This is something that's part of your life path. This is part of your soul's journey. And there's a lot of spiritual lessons to be learned through this experience. So I want to pull some more tarot for you guys and kind of get a little bit more of the message here. I want to pull this one. Oh, okay, I guess we're doing it this way. Okay, so you guys have, the morning. Okay, that's beautiful. I love this. All right, this deck is really, really gorgeous. I highly recommend it. Beautiful. Okay, the 6 of Wands reversed. See that? Oh, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that with the 8 of Pentacles, your team really wants to acknowledge that you've been working really hard to try to learn from this and to try to see it clearly. And I'm kind of getting the feeling, for many of you with the 6 of Wands reversed, this just feels like consistent and constant defeat. And I'm really noticing the little black stripe in her hair. I feel like this has left a mark on you that's been hard to kind of work past. It's kind of like I can't get anywhere for trying is kind of the vibe I'm picking up right now. And what your team kind of wants to talk about is, first of all, I keep noticing in the Eight of Pentacles, the way they're stacked, it almost looks like a spine to me. So this kind of makes me think of working really hard to build yourself up stronger and build yourself up from the ground up. And like in the traditional Eight of Pentacles, there's not really a lot of greenery, but I like the fact that there's a lot here. That means there's a lot of growth available, and that you are working and creating from that fertility growth mindset. And I feel like this is something where it doesn't feel like that, especially if you're going through a lot of like heart healing. It can often not feel like that at all. And what Spirit kind of wants to say is that no matter how many times this has kind of defeated you, no matter how many times this has knocked you down, there is victory available to you. And you have had to go through this cycle many times, be going back and forth about this, or be going over the same cycle over and over again, because there are a lot of spiritual lessons and growth to be gained from this experience. And with the Morning here, this is a card that's unique to this deck. The Morning is all about fresh beginnings. It's about, the sun finally breaking, enlightenment. It's about a new beginning. It's just starting completely fresh. So what I feel like is happening is I feel like your team is really trying to come in and tell you that there is a fresh new beginning for you, that you are completing this cycle of defeat and you've been working very hard, and that's about to pay off. And I do want to pull one more card about it. I don't know why, but I do. But it kind of just feels like, again, the feeling here is I see the problem, but I don't know how to fix it. And I feel as if Spirit's coming in to show you a way to fix this, to show you a solution, to connect you to a resource or a person that's going to help you. And because there's this beautiful new dawn that's coming, there's this morning that's coming. So I want to pull you guys one more card of advice before we kind of close off for the day. Oh, it's down here. It's way down here. Okay. So let's see. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, a lot of earth energy here today. I love it. So yes, your card of advice essentially is to, first of all, this again can be earth energy. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be you. Or I feel like this is your energy, if I'm being honest. For some people, this may involve another person. But I really feel like this is talking about you, my sweet baby little viewer, who's probably not a baby. I don't know why I said that. It's a sign of affection. I know, it's weird. But yes, I love this. What your advice essentially is to really stay true to yourself and to your own value. Because there's something here where I feel like you've gotten to the point where you are aware of the fact that you want more for yourself, that you deserve more, but you don't know how to get to it. So maybe you lapse back into old comfortable patterns that are not very good for you. Maybe you kind of end up back in connections, friendships, romantic, otherwise, that are not super good for you, not very supportive, but it's what you know. But this is really saying whatever your goal is, and I love that we have the little sun right here, and this is like the dawn starting all over again. Whatever your goal is, whatever it is that you would like to step into, you would like to embody, you would like to become, the first step is knowing, not just thinking, not just believing, but knowing that you deserve it. And that's a journey that doesn't happen overnight. And that may be why there's been this cycle that's repeated itself of, trying this way of doing things or consistently what I'm feeling like is reaching for things that do not value you. And this may have kind of led to multiple heartbreaks or to an ongoing series of heartbreaks. Maybe it's like multiple disappointments with the same situation, because I feel like with this group, I feel like you're very hard workers in terms of doing spiritual work and self-work. I feel like this group is very much likes to be of service. This group may like to do things for other people, maybe like very empathetic, very kind. You may be a giver. And I feel like as crummy as it may feel, I feel like there almost had to be, like, you had to get knocked down multiple times in order to truly see your value. And I know that's kind of a weird way of thinking of it, but whatever this is that happened for you personally, the advice is to essentially take your experiences and really think about your worth. Think about what you know you deserve, what you know you want, because when you know it and you believe it and you act as if that is here, you act from that place, your entire life will fall into alignment like that. So I think that's just about everything I have for group 1. I hope this was helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, I do offer personal readings. My Etsy shop link is in the description box below. I am wishing you all of the best and the most beautiful things that life has to offer, my sweet love bugs, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Hello to all of my sweet little garbanzo beans who chose group 2 with this orange thread. Right off the bat, I'm kind of thinking that what Spirit wants to talk to you about today is your passion. I feel like your creativity, I use this phrase very sparingly, but I'm going to use it now, your life force, so to speak. This feels a lot about what you, just like what you're creating from the raw energetic materials within your own soul. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like there's something here about really making something almost out of nothing. It comes all from you, all from your own energy. This feels very, very powerful. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Shadows and Light Oracle deck to kind of get a little bit more information. Oh gosh, okay, sorry. Information about what this is about. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes it's hard for me to shuffle. I did pre-shuffle all the decks, but it is a little tough. It's that one. As always, my decks are linked in the description box below, so feel free to check those out if you want. So you guys got one of my favorite cards. It's Strange Valentine. And it says, Love is Strange. That's actually perfect. This is a timeless reading. By the time I'm filming, we just went by Valentine's Day. So I'm trying to get, can you see that? Yeah, you can. Awesome. Okay. So maybe this is why I was picking up on that passionate creative energy, because this is the the sacral chakra kind of coloring and energy here, and that's a very that chakra is all about your passions and your empathy, but it's also about your creative energy and your sexual energy. So for many of you, I feel as if you are either just starting a connection or will soon be starting a connection that feels really good, but is really different than what you're used to, just because of how uncomfortable the girl kind of looks right here. This is card 27, by the way, which would reduce to a 9, in case it's important for you. Sorry, my nails suck, by the way. I don't really have an excuse. I just keep forgetting to do them. I'm not very good at it, so I kind of put it off. But just because the imagery here, I feel like there's this newer connection that's either in your life or about to be in your life. This may also be something where it's been kind of slow moving or a situationship, and it's about to pick up. And I feel as if for many of you it feels confusing because it's not what you usually do. I can't tell exactly if it's like her blushing or it's supposed to be like almost look like blood, but I look at it more like blushing. So I feel like this is something where like she feels like she's like uncomfortable or like embarrassed or vulnerable, but he looks very, very happy. So I feel like there is something that for some of you, this is a connection where you don't feel very comfortable in being your true self. And for others of you, this is talking about a connection in your life where it doesn't seem like it would work, but it does. Like it doesn't make any sense, but it works, if that makes sense. So for those of you where this is an existing connection where you just can't seem to get comfortable, this feels like something that's been in your life for a while. And for others of you where this is new and it kind of defies logic to you in some way, shape, or form, this is there are possibilities to be explored here if this is a new connection. So I want to pull tarot, and I'll read for either situation as we go along. But I want to pull more tarot and kind of figure out what's going on here. It is this one, and I just need one more for now. Oh, it's this one. Bam. Okay. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Oh, the Morning. Okay. Oh, and the Queen of Torches, which would be the Queen of Wands. Okay, so for the first group, I drew 3 cards, and then I drew 3 clarifiers. But for you guys, I'm almost thinking that, the 2 scenarios I mentioned, that the top 3 cards are going to talk about one, and then the next 3 are going to talk about the other. This will be talking about for if you have been in some type of connection, whether it's established or it's a situationship or what have you. If you've been in connection for a while and it's kind of, you feel like you can't get comfortable. If that's the case, I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this is something where, the Seven of Pentacles is always a card of assessment. And when it's upright, it suggests that, the seeds you have planted are sprouting beneath the soil and are about to sort of blossom, right? You've seen some returns, but not as much as you'd like, and you're assessing whether or not to keep going. So when it's upright, it suggests that your payoff is just around the corner. And when it's reversed, it's really suggesting that it might be time to cut your losses. And I think it's interesting because we have 27 right here, which reduces to a 9, and 9s are about wrapping up cycles. So for those of you where that's your situation, and you'll know if this applies to you or not, there is this, with the Morning, this deck has 2 cards that aren't in a standard tarot deck, the Morning and the Night. So with the Morning, this is all about new beginnings, and with all the sun energy here, the solar energy, and look how small the sun is right here, but look how big it is right here. This is all about self-empowerment. And with the Queen of Wands as well, this is really echoed. So if you've been in some type of connection for a while, and I feel like if this is the case, this person may give you gifts. This person may, I feel like, really reach out to you. Or this person might be very amicable. I feel like this person feels like they're not a bad person, but I feel like you two are just like very different. And if this is the case where this is a connection of some sort that you've been putting in a lot of time with, and you're kind of deciding whether or not to keep going, the question is here, are you in your most empowered state? Because I'm kind of seeing this with the Morning here. It almost feels like this is you sort of sleeping on your own power. And I feel like if you have not walked away from this person, it's because there's nothing necessarily wrong with them or with the connection. But I think deep down, perhaps for some of you, this is just not in alignment with your greatest truth, right? And I think it might be hard to kind of make that decision because this person, I feel like, again, gives you gifts. This person is not a bad person, but it's just not the right fit. So I kind of get the distinct feeling for a lot of you, if this is a situationship or even if this is an established connection that's just not in alignment with you anymore, that you don't want to hurt this person's feelings. Like, they're giving you their heart, but look, you still got yours around your neck. And so with the Queen of Wands here, with these other two, I feel like what Spirit's really asking you to do is to get in touch with your passion. Like, we have so much like deep reds and oranges here, as well as on your thread. So this is really Spirit asking you to get in touch with, what do you want to give your heart to? What do you want to embrace and embody? What would make you feel empowered? What makes you feel like the pure magic that you are? Because it doesn't matter how kind somebody is, it doesn't matter what they give to you, it doesn't matter how good of a person they are. If you guys are just not going to be a good fit, you're just not going to be a good fit. And if this is something that you can't put your heart and soul into, it's kinder to tell them that now and let both of you have time to heal and move on to something that's going to be a good fit for both of you. So, and I always say you are the greatest authority on your own soul's journey, more than what anybody has to say, more than what, more than what your friends, your family, your mother, your father, more than what I have to say, more than what anybody has to say. You've got to believe in it for yourself. You've got to believe in the actions you're taking for your own life. So before making any decisions, always self-reference, always do what you feel is best for you and your circumstances. But for those of you where this is an established connection of some sort that you're deciding whether or not to move forward on, I think that Spirit's really saying, can you put your heart into it? Because this person's giving you theirs. Can you really truly give your heart? And if not, if giving your heart to the situation is not going to bring in this new dawn, is not going to put you in your power and be something that you can be passionate about, then it's probably best and kindest to consider letting this person go so both of you can move toward what is best and in the highest alignment for both of you. So now I'm going to pull for the other situation. So this would really be talking about those of you where this is a new connection or one that's coming in soon that you're trying to decide whether or not to invest in. So maybe this person is interested in you, or you're interested in them and you're just talking right now, or this is just like very, very new. And if so, like I said, I feel like you and this person are very different on the outside, and it almost is like, it almost doesn't make sense, but you're kind of going with it. So let's see what you guys got. You got the Five of Pentacles reversed. Very nice. You got, the Queen of Cups reversed. And, the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so right here we have a couple coming through. We could have feminine water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We could have masculine earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or these could just kind of talk about the connection in general. So right here, I think there's a lot of potential. I think both of you are holding back a little bit. Just because both the King and Queen are reversed. Both of you are holding back a little bit, or both of you are kind of disempowered in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like this comes from this Five of Pentacles reversed energy. I wouldn't be surprised if one or both of you have had some really challenging connections in the past. I feel like this is the kind of connection where you really put your all into it. You really put your all into it, and the other person maybe really dropped the ball, let you down, did not pull their weight. And I think as a result, both of you have kind of been in this energy of like, really, focusing on yourselves, really focusing on your own well-being, really focusing on healing for both of you especially. And I feel like both of you have been very hesitant to go out on a limb. And this could just be one of you as well, just because I'm also looking at the image here, and one person's giving their heart very freely and the other person's kind of not so sure. But I feel like, whether this is one of you or this is both or the connection, there's this energy of, I have to look out for myself or no one else is going to. And this can really talk about, especially too, because the Queen of Cups is very like warm and nurturing and empathetic, and the King of Pentacles is somebody that's very stable and secure. This could really be talking about if you've been through a relationship where you were offering this, you were really trying to create this, and this other person like pulled the rug out from under you, really let you down, really dropped the ball. It kind of puts you in this energy of like, I've got to look out for myself, because the Five of Pentacles upright can talk about feeling abandoned. And it's really interesting because it's one of two Pentacles cards that depicts a religious background in the traditional tarot. So when I see it, I think of, the Five of Pentacles meaning of feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, but almost, not just materially, not just in your physical reality, but like abandoned by spirit. And so, it's also traditionally depicts two people. And in terms of a relationship, it can talk about somebody who, the more positive aspects is it can talk about somebody who will stick it out with you through thick and thin. And I feel like this is what you've brought to your past relationships and have been burned in the process. I'm really feeling it. Again, this could go both ways, but I definitely feel at least you, my viewer, have been in this situation. Again, because this person offering their heart very freely, and this person seems like they're a little bit afraid. So to me, what this is talking about is really working through and opening up this energy of feeling like you're the only one looking out for you. Because I do feel like this person who's coming into your life, who's either just recently come into your life or soon will, wants to make you an offer. And this doesn't have to be romance. This could also be a really good friend, a business partnership. This could be somebody in your family. This could be a reconciliation. But this is really talking about somebody wants to make you this very genuine offer. And I think Spirit really wants you to work through these feelings of feeling like you have to do it all alone, because you don't, right? With the Five of Pentacles being reversed, this is saying that your troubling times of feeling abandoned, feeling like you don't have enough support, feeling alone in the universe, so to speak, are coming to an end. And that it's really important to work through and release that energy, because somebody's trying to give you a very lovely, heartfelt gift or gesture toward you. And again, it's kind of talking about like they're giving their heart, but you're like, this person's got theirs kind of, kept close to them. So this is really talking about kind of being open to to receiving what other people are trying to give and accepting it as very genuine. So I want to pull one more card of advice just for all folks watching group 2. What is an advice card that we can depart, or we can give to them as they depart? Wow, sorry, it's hard for me to talk while I shuffle. This needs to go like this. Okay. Yeah, okay, we got 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So really the advice card here is keep doing what you're doing, keep doing the work. I know it's really, really hard. For those of you where this is a connection that it is not working the way it's set up right now, this is really encouraging you to do the tough work, to take the steps you need to take. Because I was talking about this came out for group 1, and it almost looks like it's a spine to me. So this really talks about doing the work to support yourself, right? Creating structures that support yourself and support you in seeking out what is in your highest good. So if you are in a connection that is just not seeming to work, this is really talking about supporting yourself. And again, there's a lot of orange here. Supporting yourself by going after what you can be passionate about instead of settling for something out of comfort, fear, guilt, or obligation. And for those of you where this is a new person in your life that you are thinking about getting close to, this is really, again, talking about working through that energy of the Five of Pentacles. And so that way you feel supported, that way you feel upheld by the universe. You feel like you have you feel like you have structure, you feel like you have safety in order to be able to explore this new connection coming into your life, or this very heartfelt offer, right? This is going to be here to help build you up, but it does require the work of working through that Five of Pentacles energy of always feeling alone, feeling like you don't have enough. So I think that's just about everything I have for group 2 today. I hope that's been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, I do offer personal readings. My Etsy shop is in the description, or the link to my Etsy shop is in the description down below. And other than that, I am wishing y'all the best and the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs. Bye. Hello to all of my sweet little garbanzo beans who were attracted to group 3 with this green thread. So immediately, what I'm picking up for you if you're attracted to this group is that there's something new trying to blossom into being in your life. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming, springtime is right around the corner for us in the Northern Hemisphere. So springtime may be very significant for you. Or in general, springtime may be a significant time of the year for you, like a birthday, anniversary, important event. But really I'm just sensing there's a lot of like fertility, in the sense that there's a lot of opportunity to bring things into being that you've been waiting on for a while. I feel like these are things you've planted the seeds on quite a while ago, and the time for harvest is, or maybe not for harvest, the time to see things start to blossom is close at hand. So let's pull you a card from the Oracle of Shadow and Light to figure out what Spirit wants to talk to you about. Sorry, I'm not good at shuffling. I pre-shuffled it just to make sure it's very well shuffled. I feel like this one really wanted to come out. Okay. So, oh, Dried Flower Fairy, Sweet Memories. This is card 11, in case that's important to you. Okay, so what I'm picking up on for this group in particular is that I do feel like you have a lot of, oh no, there goes the thread. No. Okay, there it is. I feel like you have a lot of important opportunities that are coming up for you, but I do feel like there are things from the past that need to come up to be dealt with, and to be healed, but really be handled more than anything else. There are things that I feel like you see through rose-colored lenses from your past, or just things that you're very attached to, which makes a lot of sense. But with the butterfly wings here, I feel like you're being asked to evolve beyond that. And this is because there are new things that want to grow in your life that can't really take root unless you've made the space for them. You may be somebody who tends to be very nostalgic, or is just very like fond of sentimental memories from your past, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. You may also be experiencing that a lot of situations and people from your past are coming back around now. And this is in order to, again, really clear this out, close out tabs from the past, and make room for the new opportunities that are trying to happen for you. So I'm going to pull some tarot and find out a little bit more. Oh, I want this one for you guys. Oh, it's this one, and then it's this one. Okay. So, you guys have... oh, the Nine of Swords, okay. The Hanged One, which would be the Hanged Man, reversed. Oh, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so we have Pisces energy right here with the Hanged Man. That could resonate, but that does not have to. I think that it's really interesting. We have one person here, one person here, one person here, and then we have three people over here. So I feel like there is a situation. Sorry, I'm trying to make them stand up correctly. I feel like there are situations from your past that have been coming back around, or this is a situation that you've been stuck on for a long time. With Sweet Memories, excuse me, this is something that came from like that has been in your past, that's been coming back around because it needs to be dealt with. I feel like this is a situation that could have involved a couple other people. Maybe you had to choose between two people. Maybe somebody that you cared about had to choose between two people and chose the other person. But there's just really something here. You know what I think is interesting is that with this version of the Hanged Man, he's reflected back in the water, and then there's a little bit of water here. What I'm really getting right now is that I feel like y'all are in this place of having a situation from the past come up where I feel like you view this person or these people very fondly with sweet memories. I feel like you thought you were a good team. You felt like you worked really well together, like you had a good spiritual connection with these two, especially spiritual connection with this person. And there's a lot of roots here that help support you. And I feel like what's happening right now is that you're going through this process of reviewing the connection, and this could be any type of connection, romantic, friendship, business partnership, family relationship, whatever it may be. I feel like you're in this process of really looking at this connection and being forced to review it. Because I'm getting the vibe for many of you that this connection was maybe not as great as you're remembering it, or you have remembered it in the past, especially if you've been very prone to like looking through rose-colored lenses. And the thing I'm getting is, so there's 9 swords here, right? 8 are all pointing at the woman on the card, and 1 sword is piercing her back, and there's water. So it's kind of, and she's crying, right? And there's water here. What I feel like is happening is that you're going through this process of looking back at this situation that you thought was really great, because I feel like it ended, or it needs to end, or there's something here about it drawing to a close. And I feel like it's been very hard for you to let it go, because you've been looking at it through this very sweet lens of, and everything is, I don't want to say that these, like, whatever the situation is was necessarily all bad, but it's probably not all good either, because everything is a mixed bag, right? So when we only look at the bad, or we only look at the good, we deny ourselves the wholeness of the experience. And what I'm feeling like is happening for you folks, if you're attracted to this group, is that there's a lot of new opportunities coming in, but I feel like it requires you be able to let this situation go. And that comes from seeing it clearly. And what I feel like is happening is that you've been having with the water here, because normally the hangman's got like the light around his head, so it's like, woohoo, crown chakra, epiphany, ta-da, moments. And what I feel like is happening for you folks is that there's this intuitive, very emotional knowing. Because the hangman, like I said, Pisces energy is also about wrapping up a big cycle. It's 12th house energy. And it's a big cycle where, again, with that Piscean energy, things have not been really that clear. There have been illusions. There has been a veil to look through. And because we have 8 swords up here and 1 piercing her back with the water, I feel like this kind of represents the 8 of swords, that this one-way perception has kept you very stuck, has kept you very blocked for an extended period of time. And these, the thing with the 8 of swords is we get stuck and we get blocked because of our own perceptions, our own beliefs about a situation, which can be very frustrating, but can also be very empowering and very liberating, because while the only one who can free you is you, the only one you wait on is yourself. You don't have to wait for anybody else to free yourself from the 8 of swords mentality. The thing is that because we have the 1 sword in the back, I feel like this is the Ace of Swords. This is kind of cutting away illusions. This is, this is the truth. This is the communication. This is the clarity that you've been searching for, you've been waiting for. And I do feel like with the water here, I feel like this kind of hurts. This cuts you a little bit. And the thing about the hangman I always think is really interesting is that the hangman in the tarot is followed by the death card, right? So just notice we have 11 and 12. Awesome. The hanged man is always followed by the death card. So when the hangman is reversed, I take that as a sign that, depending on what else it's aspected with, this means you're getting unstuck, right? The hangman is when you get kind of put in divinely guided timeout and, put in a situation where you feel stuck. And this is in order, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. And this is in order to facilitate a new perspective, right? And when it's reversed, I kind of see it as like you've seen that new perspective, and the only way you get unstuck is by making the necessary changes that then come with the death card moving forward, right? Because that's how you start moving through the rest of the story of the major arcana. So I feel like this is a time where you are being guided to see things differently, and I do feel like this has kind of cut you a little bit. I'm going to be honest. And Spirit really wants to bring this to your attention so you can see it for what it was, and you can transform beyond being stuck by this thing, right? Because there are, again, I feel like a lot of beautiful new opportunities for you, but it does require that we release some things of the old, and especially with all the roots here, things that have been very deeply ingrained in us, have been with us for a while, things that we are very heavily enmeshed with. So I can see why this is probably very painful. And for some of you, I'm getting this may have to do with letting go of family members, and that's why it's so incredibly painful. But let's see what else you get. Let's see, my babies, who are probably not actual babies. It's just my term of affection, my sweet little garbanzo beans. Ooh, okay, you guys got extra cards. Okay, here it is. 8 of Swords. What we just talking about. Oh yeah, okay, the 3 of Cups. So you guys got 2 3s. The 9 of Pentacles. Reversed, sorry. The 3 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles are both reversed. Oh, and the Moon reversed. Okay, so we have more Piscean energy. The Moon, to me, I always think of it more as like Cancerian energy because Cancer is literally ruled by the Moon, but I know it's got a lot of Piscean kind of associations as well. Right here with the Moon, this may also have to do with a mother figure. But yeah, see, so we were talking about the 8 of Swords. Boom, right here. To me, this is really talking about, again, this, I feel like, and we have a lot of pink, right? So normally the person on the 8 of Swords is like loosely bound with a blindfold, and the bindings are pink, which to me talks about like being bound by love, right? You are blinded and you are stuck because of your love for someone or something. And with the 3 of Cups here, I feel like this is when things were good with these people, with this person, in this situation. There's a lot of joy and there's a lot of happiness. These are kindred spirits. These are people that you've shared really meaningful moments with, very happy moments with. But the thing I think that's the problem here is that this situation, these people, I really feel like this is person-centered, but this situation or these people, whatever this is for you, has kept you disempowered. And again, we have 2 more 9s here because 18 reduces to a 9. So we have 9, 9, 9. So this cycle really needs to wrap up and really needs to close. But right here with the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the Moon reversed, as much fun and as many beautiful memories as you've had with this person or these people or in this situation, it's kept you disempowered. I feel like it has kind of, I'm going to say stifled your independence. I feel like it's prevented you from achieving the heights you want to achieve. You know, with the 3 of Pentacles, maybe these people in this situation struggled with teamwork. Maybe I'm kind of getting this feeling of like they didn't treat you as like an equal member of the team. So maybe you had ideas that they didn't take seriously, or you had goals, you had a direction you wanted to go in that they were just not really vibing with. And I feel like this has all led you to this energy of the Moon reverse, things finally being revealed. Because when the Moon is up, right, this is when like things are uncertain. You can't really see, right? By moonlight, it's not the same as navigating by the light of day. And look that the Moon is crying in this card too. So this is a very emotionally charged situation for you guys. I can definitely tell that. But really what this is saying is that as painful as this is, and I feel the pain coming off of this truth has had to be revealed. Because while there were a lot of good times, there's also a lot of, again, there's a lot of stifling here. There's a lot of like this choking off of your own growth that's kept you very stuck. And you've been kept stuck by the bonds of love, by how much you care about this person, this job, this situation, whatever this is for you personally. But with this Hanged Man here, this needs to end. And again, we have 3 9s. The cycle needs to wrap up. It needs to end because it's time for you to finally find your empowerment, your happiness, your tribe, the people who are going to value all of what you bring to the table, because you're going through this transformation and rebirth energy right here with the dried flower fairy. And I think it's really time to work on seeing the past clearly in order to let it go. And that may hurt a lot in the moment, and I'm with you on that. But all of this is really to help lead you into clarity, into greater understanding, so you can start to heal, because there's so much up ahead. And I feel like these are going to be like better connections, better networking opportunities, more like I feel like connections are going to lead you to more employment opportunities or like side income opportunities. There's a lot more empowerment. There's a lot more opportunities that are going to be aligned for you at a soul level, but it does first require that you cut yourself free emotionally and energetically I'm mostly feeling, because I feel like whoever these people are, this is either not in your life anymore or it's kind of on the sidelines for most of you. But this really involves energetically and emotionally cutting yourself free from this situation so that you can move on, so that you can get all of these beautiful blessings that you more than deserve. So I'm going to pull you guys one more card of advice before okay. Yeez Louise. Okay. Oh, you guys got two. Okay. So you have the Two of Swords reversed. Oh, and the Princess of Pentacles upright. So this would be the Page of Pentacles. Let me just scoot these over for you. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yes. So really what this is talking about for advice is that much like with the Two of Swords, upright, it's a stalemate energy. It's about not really being able to see the way forward. And again, we have another blindfolded person here, dressed very similarly to this person. This is saying that Spirit is taking the bindings off. Spirit is helping you break free, but it's also going to be partially up to you, right? If you want to take the blindfold off, and it's completely up to you. Nobody's going to, you all have your free will. Nobody's going to tell you what to do or what not to do. But there's the need here to make a decision, to move forward in a direction. And you're being encouraged and supported to really choose a direction that's going to allow you to start something new. That's going to allow you to start something more abundant for yourself. Choose something that's going to, the Page of Pentacles is also kind of a spiritual seeker. So choose something that's going to, allow you to start fresh, to be really seeking what's in alignment for you. Sorry, there's a little something stuck to the card. Nope, though, that's just the design of the card. Sorry, my bad. Choose something that's going to be in alignment for you. There's a lot of birds on this card too, and squirrels. So seeing a lot of squirrels, a lot of birds, especially if you don't often see them. We have red birds, we have little brown squirrels. May be synchronistic, but it does not have to be. It's really interesting because this Page of Pentacles looks like she's pregnant. So I feel like this is already within you. This is already a desire in your soul. This is already something that you've been wanting for yourself, and Spirit's trying to bring it to you. And again, we have lots of green, lots of green. It's interesting because green and pink are the colors of the heart chakra, and we have so much here. And that's why I feel like this is all about the connections in your life, is that nobody's, like I said, nobody's going to tell you what to do. You have your own free will, and whatever you choose, as long as it's in alignment with you, you're doing just fine. You're doing better than fine. But, all of this is coming up at this time. All of this is happening in order to clear out all this old stuff, right? So that way your way is clear with the Two of Swords to be able to see which way to go and to be able to take those steps on this next part of your journey. That's going to be very fortuitous, very fertile in the sense that you're going to have a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of heart healing coming in. And I feel like there's so much joy. There are beautiful connections coming in for you. So if you're worried about letting go of these old people, these old situations, these old things, don't be. Take your time, grieve, heal as much as you need to, and know that this disillusionment process isn't meant to punish you, right? Because it's stabbing this person kind of in the back. It's not meant to punish you. It's meant to free you so you can pursue something that's going to be even better for you. So I hope this has helped. I'm sorry if you're having a hard time. If you need help with your specific situation, I offer personal readings. The link to my Etsy shop's in the description box below. But other than that, I'm wishing you all of the best and the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs. Bye.